Transformers: The Last Night. I don't know. What'd you think?
I don't know. Like, that was a lot to process. Just like, I'm just still kind of baffled at the whole deal.
You know, I hate to admit the first like little bit where there was like, because it's in the trailer and it's the first like 20 minutes of the film takes place like in like King Arthur's time. That was actually pretty good stuff. I kind of enjoyed that. I mean,
that was cool, but at the same time, I was like, why is the whole Knights of the Round Table thing have Transformers in it now?
The table wasn't round.
Yeah, it's like oblong.
Yeah, it was all jagged. It looked like a kid trying to draw the sun. It was like this is supposed to be the Knights of the Round Table, and the table was not round at all.
That was a little like stretching for me. Like they've absolutely ran out of ideas.
You've got to give Michael Bay credit. He found a way to work explosions into a scene that was set like 500 years ago.
So, easy. That was long time back. I think that skipped ahead 1,600 years.
Yeah, I think it was like the 900. Yeah, I think you're right. It's like over 1,000 years, like 1,500 years ago, and he was able to put explosions in there.
He had explosions in there, and it made it pretty cool.
If you're one of those people who just Michael Bay movies, like I agree with the critics. There's like two different Michael Bays. There's the Michael Bay that made Bad Boys 2 and Pain and Gain, which are fantastic films.
Yeah.
And then there's the Michael Bay that makes like Transformers 2 and 3. And this one was
everything is explosions.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go more. It's like, they say in life that you're never like more than 10 feet away from a spider. In Michael Bay's universe, you're never more than 5 minutes away from something blowing up. So set your watch. If it's like 4:58, just run.
Yeah, something's gonna blow up.
Yeah, something will explode.
I don't think that they went 15 seconds between explosions in this movie.
And if they did, they
really
made
not even exaggerating. Like,
the law of averages too, because if there was a scene where there was like a long time where they were talking, they made up for it by the following scene having like 1,500 explosions all at once.
The next 15 minutes was just solid explosions.
Now, I will say this: I never go into anything wanting to hate it. I used to get accused of that. People, you only just hate it because it's popular. No, when something's overexposed, I can be like, okay, I want to shy away from it. Or something's been so blown up to me, like Forrest Gump. Like, oh, this is the greatest movie ever. And the first time I saw it, I was kind of underwhelmed, and then I appreciated it later. So I don't ever go into anything wanting to hate it, but I thought I was going to. The reviews for this movie, the reviews have not been very good, but. So the cop just drove by us, making sure he wasn't going to ask us what we're doing here in the middle of the parking lot. He might still. Who knows?
None of his fucking business. We're trying to do reviews here.
The mall security. But this movie got really, really crapped on in the reviews. They're like, oh, it's the worst. I do not think it was as bad as the critics said it was. I really don't. I think it was way better than... I mean, by all means, this wasn't a really good movie.
No, it wasn't a great movie, but it wasn't like the worst movie that I've ever seen. It was kind of bland. I felt like that it was just dragging on and on and on, and it really was. It's like we got here at 10 o'clock. It's like 7:30 at night now. This is the longest movie you will ever sit through in the theaters.
And that's why the cops just drove by us. We've been missing for so long. My wife called and filed a missing persons report.
Missing persons report.
My husband's been missing for so long. He finds us. Are you okay? Do you need a doctor? I just sat through Transformers the last night.
Call the air care.
Sir, it's gonna be okay. Go home, drink some Guinness, watch Young Guns. You'll feel better. Okay.
No. And that really wasn't the last night, was it?
Oh no, they absolutely.
There's like 1,000 more nights in the whole movie.
Well, why would in the trailers it's been saying the final chapter? It's already come out. They've written like a dozen or so sequels to
this. And
this.
they put a thing in the end to let you know, hey, guess what? There's another movie.
Yeah, we're gonna do this again.
Yeah, it's not the last chapter. There's 1,000 more chapters. Just like he said, I don't care how stupid it is, you're still gonna go see it.
Yeah.
And we sure did, didn't we?
We sure did. I mean, it felt like an extremely high budget. This movie was $217 million.
I can see why.
And as of
it was nothing but CGI and explosions.
As of this morning, when I checked on IMDb, it had only made 15 million back of 200. They expected to have the lowest opening weekend of any Star Wars film.
Our $12 will amp that right up, won't it?
Yeah. We saved the movie by going. Yeah. This is the first time I've ever seen a Transformers film in the theater. I know the other four I didn't get to see.
It was not a bad turnout for a 10 a.m. showing.
No, there was about 30 people in there.
Like it got it was more crowded than a lot of the other movies that we've went and seen here recently.
Oh, there was twice as many people as The Mummy.
Yeah.
Like Wonder Woman was pretty packed. Guardians is probably the most packed that we've been to. That was like almost wall to wall.
Yeah.
That was. But
that one was.
No, this one there was a decent amount of people in there, and I think people came out laughing. I don't think. Here's the one thing I'll say about this movie: it's entertaining. You don't really get much of a chance to be bored.
Yeah.
So if you want to just go somewhere and watch CGI on a big screen,
it's almost nonstop action. Like if there was a lull in the action, it wasn't over 5 minutes. And it started out within the first 30 seconds. There was shit going on, explosions. And
it opens up. Okay, apparently the Paramount logo has been around since, like, you know, for 1600 years, and it was shooting at the Saxons, and it was like just blindly firing down on them, because the movie opens with the Paramount logo shooting everybody.
Like they were having bow and arrow fights. And guys were exploding when they got hit with arrows.
they were launching like these fireballs, which would cause like a fireball like to erupt. Which would land and there'd be fire everywhere. It wouldn't blow up.
Yeah, it wouldn't blow up.
In Michael Bay's world, it does.
Yeah.
The one complaint a lot of the critics had about this movie is something that didn't bother me at all. I actually really liked Anthony Hopkins' character. Yeah. He was such a dick. I've never seen him. If you want to, the dictionary,
Hannibal Lecter with the Transformers.
If you want to see the dictionary definition of "I don't give a shit about the movie I'm in,"
yeah, go see. Yeah, Anthony Hopkins.
Sir Anthony Hopkins. Transformers. His character. People hated his character. I loved that character. He was great.
He was. And his little douchebag robot buddy.
His French douchebag. He spoke with a French accent for so long he couldn't stop speaking with it.
Said, "Oh, look, a leprechaun."
That's insulting. That was funny. There were some funny moments, and I mean, some of them were unintentionally hilarious.
Yeah.
Just like when you'd see like a wave of explosions and just people just be in slow motion, there'd be just bodies everywhere. Like they're all dead.
I think the things that were not intended to be funny were funnier than the things that they tried to shove down your throats as funny, because they had some pretty stale jokes in here.
Yes.
And it just, they, like, the parts you could tell where people were supposed to laugh, silence. No. Not even anybody in the theater laughed. Like, I heard one guy laugh one time out loud on something stupid, but other than that, it wasn't.
You got a couple of chuckles out of me. There are some moments that you're like, heh, like that kind of laugh. But
yeah.
I mean, these aren't comedies, but there's like John Goodman's robot character kept dropping these one-liners that I guess they expected the audience to be like, it's like
that should be cracking you up, and they just weren't funny. It's like, no, like whoever the comedic writer they hired, he was just awful.
I read somewhere, and this could be overblown, it was on the internet, so it doesn't mean it's true. Some people think, hey, it's on the internet, it's real. Now, I read somewhere that actually they only credited like 3 or 4 of the writers, but there was actually 12 people writing this movie. And they just didn't credit them all because they didn't want it to look bad. But I don't know where I heard that, but I heard that...
Yeah.
Yeah, that many writers. I mean, you have that many cooks in the kitchen, it's...
Yeah.
This is what you're going to get. I can't say, like I said, I didn't hate this movie. I didn't go into it wanting to hate it. But it wasn't like last year we went and saw. I wish we were doing the video reviews back then because we saw the Blair Witch, and we were like, we went into it like this is gonna be dumb, and when it was over, we're like, I kind of like that.
Yeah, that was unexpected.
Yeah, so I didn't go into it wanting to hate it. I just kind of expected to.
Expected it, yeah.
I expected to hate this movie.
I didn't like the fourth one. Like, I know you liked it. I didn't care much for it. Like, I thought that Mark Wahlberg was the only saving grace to the movie. And I would say that I like this one a little bit more. Mm-hmm. I still didn't love it. I'm not going to rush out and immediately buy it the day that it comes out on DVD. Like, it's not that good.
That's what I did
with
HD
But I'll
Extinction.
add it to the collection. Like, I'll watch it again, and maybe it'll be a little bit better the next time. But, I mean, at least it's one of those you could put on and watch, but you don't really have to pay attention to.
Turn it on and play like a DS or something like that.
Yeah, you're not gonna miss out on anything important.
Although this movie did something that the other Transformers movies haven't been able to do. It focused.
Yeah.
There was one central plot. There were subplots that were okay and they were whatever, but there was actually one cohesive, understandable plot throughout the whole film. It was concise, it was actually well constructed, and I can't say the movie was badly directed. So based on that, I'm like, yeah, it wasn't as good as, like, in my opinion, it wasn't as good as part one. I liked 4 just a tad bit better than this one, but it had that over both of them. It had a clear, cohesive storyline to it. Cohesive.
They followed one single storyline pretty well. I did like that.
And they didn't overcomplicate it. I mean, they made it a little complicated, but you understood what was going on.
There was a lot of parts that I just didn't care much for. Like, I know they're Transformers, but they just always seems like when something happens and then, oh, shit blows up and then it's a big cloud of smoke and they just drive out of the cloud of smoke as a car when they just got blown up as a Transformer. Like, why do you have to do that? You gotta remind us that they're cars. Okay, yeah, we know.
Speaking of reminding us, Optimus Prime reminds you he's Optimus Prime, and in the last battle scene, he says his name. I'm not kidding, like 7 or 8 times.
7,000 times.
I am Optimus Prime. Somebody be like, "We heard you."
And that very much angered me, and I'm gonna spoil it, and it's not really that big of a deal because it wasn't like a oh my god moment. Fucking stupid ass Bumblebee, asshole fucker Bumblebee can fucking talk magically all of a sudden. He ain't been able to talk the whole fucking time. Fuck that shit. That made me so mad. Like, but then he says something. Oh, Optimus Prime is gonna kill somebody. I better talk to him. But then he goes back to using his stupid radio voice again until almost the end, and then he says something else as Bumblebee. What the fuck? He's not been able to talk the whole series.
And all of a sudden now he
can. Like, he ripped that fucking thing out of his neck that sounded like Siri because they're trying to fix him.
That was actually a funny scene. They inserted a thing in it to give him a new voice, and he talked just like Siri. That was actually pretty funny. I laughed. I gotta admit, I laughed at that.
That was a funny scene. He's like, fuck this shit.
Now, I don't mind if you're in a dumb movie and you give me a horrendously stupid explanation. I'd rather have the horrendously stupid explanation than no explanation.
Yeah.
Like, there's a part where on this little small submarine and one of the Transformers just leaves and they think, oh, he just abandoned us. No, he went out because they're in the bottom of the ocean and grabbed some fish. Where the fuck did he get the vegetables to cook them?
Yeah.
Did you notice that? Like, they had to play. He like made them this like nice dinner with this sushi and all that, and it was like, wow, okay, that's cool. But where the fuck did you get fresh vegetables on a ship that's been decommissioned for years?
Fish because he kicked them to death.
He beat the shit out of those fish.
Yeah, but yeah, the ship was on display. It would not be stocked with fresh vegetables. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and it wasn't like oh, it could have been algae. No, it was like clearly like cucumbers and lettuce and stuff like that.
Yeah, there was quite a bit that didn't make a whole lot of sense.
I mean, if they'd have just added, where the hell did you get this? There's a market right over there on the surface. Oh, okay. And,
this is Seaside Market.
And then it's a Michael Bay film. Okay, I'm in. You know, I buy it. I believe it. You know, if you're going to be ridiculous, just go all out with it. And Yeah, I mean, there's so many things that were not explained.
Yeah.
You know,
and they had to fucking force feed you the fucking Witwicky shit again.
That's ended up serving a really good purpose. I don't want to give it away here, but they kind of tell you what happened to Sam Witwicky's character, and I'm not going to spoil it. I if we ever do it like follow-up reviews, we'll talk about that and how fucking happy I was. By that alone, you should all guess what happened to him. But when they show pictures of the Witwickies and then they just Shia LaBeouf and he's like,
yeah, he's just got the stupidest look. Like,
it looked like it was taken from when he was on that show, Even Stevens on Disney, which was actually pretty.
Yeah.
Like, I liked that show quite a bit. But
it just seemed like they forced that in just to tie everything together, though.
Yeah.
Like, the Witwickies, they're the best people in the world.
Yeah, they're basically
terrible
descendants of the Knights of the Round Table, and it's like,
yeah. Like, no, I remember them from the first movies. You don't have to remind me because they're not very easy to forget.
No, the mother and father are terrible characters. And Sam Witwicky goes 3 movies. It's not until the third act of the third film that his character goes through any kind of an arc. And that's why I hated 2, and I was okay with 3, but I still didn't care for it. But just by 2, I mean, this kid just went to war with... I mean, you'd think he'd be in school like, I'm a badass now, and he's still a little, oh, I'm such a little sissy, and his character never changes until like the last act of the last movie, and that's why I don't hate Shia LaBeouf in everything. Like the movie Fury with the World War II tanks.
Yeah, he was good in that.
I liked Fury quite a bit. Wow, we're getting I guess the clouds are coming over. It's kind of dark now, so I hope you can still see us clearly.
Oh, you can see us.
Turn my cell phone light on. Be more interesting than most of this movie, but I have to say, the fight scenes were kind of dumb.
They were way too overdone. Like, why?
Now,
why does every fucking thing have to be slow motion?
That pissed me off.
The movie is already 14 hours long, and you want to fucking slow it down even more? Let the motherfuckers fight full speed. Who cares if we can't see his foot spin around and kick his face? I don't care.
Like, it made sense in Wonder Woman, there was that scene where they slowed it down. It made sense because they wanted to show you what she could do, and then they never did slow motion shot. Well, they did a few at the end, but that's how you do a slow motion shot. This film, every fight scene had like a ton of slow motion shots. Yeah. That was annoying.
It was annoying.
I mean, there's a scene where Optimus has got his sword out and he finally like comes to in the end, and he has that fight with Megatron. That was actually pretty cool. That whole scene there, but the whole last like 35 minutes of this movie is this giant battle scene, and it just like the first half of the movie I was kind of in. I was like, this isn't bad. They drug out the end of this movie so long.
They did.
And
that whole planet crashing into the planet thing and scraping shit up.
That would have killed millions of people.
Yeah, that would have disrupted so much stuff. Like, they didn't even, like, cause an earthquake or anything. Like, this planet just busted through your atmosphere and smacked right into it and just got tentacles down everywhere. Well, but it didn't do anything.
It crashed at Stonehenge, which is like northwestern England. If I don't know my geography of England very well, but I think that's where it is. If they would have hit there with that much force, it would have caused a tidal wave in the Atlantic Ocean. It probably would have taken out Canada's eastern seaboard.
Yeah.
It would have taken out Greenland, and they would have killed everybody in Iceland and most people in England.
Saw that than the fucking Transformers fight each other. Mm-hmm. Like, because they really don't fight that good. They're kind of stupid.
And even though Mark Wahlberg's the main character in this, he's in every scene, but he doesn't have. There's not enough Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah,
this movie
doesn't
more.
Get to be Mark Wahlberg. And what was with the little girl that's just there for no reason? What? Because she brings this stupid little Vespa robot?
I don't know.
Like, she had absolutely no purpose in this movie. She doesn't really do anything. She's only there to get in the way and be annoying. Why? Why do we need her?
I have no idea.
Is that just to make kids want to watch it? Kids are already going to watch it. Transformers.
Yeah, I mean, I get kids want a character to relate to, and it's like in the trailer they make it look like all those kids are going to. No, all those kids are only in the first like 6-7 minutes of the movie, and then they're done. Well, first 10-15 minutes of the movie, and then they're gone.
I had a problem with that too. Oh, you've just got like half of a city fenced off, and that's a no people zone. That's where the Transformers are crashed at. But anybody can just get in there anytime they want, and there's people that are just like hanging out in there, living in there. There's Transformers roaming around in there. They have surveillance of the whole place. How could they not tell that somebody was there?
Here's what I don't get. Apparently, the battle. This is supposed to take place years after 3. So when the Battle of Chicago in 3, when they just completely destroyed Chicago, I mean, they've had years to fix it by now.
Yeah. Like, if it's been that long, that one weird space robot guy crashed his ship there, and he's just been laying there in the ship the whole time, and they didn't notice. And then it just so happens that some dumb little kids find him, and he dies like 5 minutes later. What the shit? Like,
yeah.
He just had to wait for Mark Wahlberg to come along to die.
And that's where Michael Bay, when he makes bad movies, it's like he builds you up and he gives you a bunch of good stuff, and then he just, then follows it up with an equal amount of crap.
Yeah.
Because this movie was on par to be a good movie. Because like the opening part was really good, and then like when we get into, they don't really even need to explain what Mark Wahlberg's been doing since Age of Extinction. You kind of figure it out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I'm reinvested in the characters and all that, and then it just kind of goes nowhere for a while.
Yeah. It was really kind of anticlimactic throughout the whole movie. You keep waiting for something exciting to happen, but like nothing exciting really happens. Even the end scene wasn't that exciting.
And it had moments that were good, but as a whole, no. And it just, if you'd have trimmed this movie down by 20 minutes, made it just over 2 hours, it would have been so much better.
Yeah.
Take out those slow motion shots, trim down that last battle scene.
Give me a moment where I can say, yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, give us a chance to care about the characters before you throw them into a wholly new situation.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't want to slam it too much because there was a lot that I liked about it, but it was better than 2 and 3 for sure.
Yeah. It's not gonna make the top 10 list of movies this year.
It won't make either. It won't be in my top 10 favorite, but it won't be in my top 10 least favorite either.
No. It's just kind of there. We saw it.
Free Fire is still the worst movie I've seen this year. And you missed out on that one. That was my least watched video I've posted because I don't think anybody wanted to hear about that movie.
Nobody gave a shit about Free Fire.
You should watch it because Free Fire is a stupid movie, but in that video I also review Popstar, which was a really good movie.
That one was really good.
I loved Popstar. God, Popstar was funny. That was one of the most underrated films of last year. Like when I finally got around to seeing it, I'm like, this is really funny.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't want to give too much away about Popstar. Go see Popstar. It's like only $10 on Blu-ray awesome. Everywhere now. Watch Popstar. If you like Lonely Island, and most people I know do.
If you still haven't seen Tropic Thunder, go see that.
Yeah. We'll talk about Tropic Thunder forever.
Yeah, forever and ever. This is one of the best movies of our lifetime.
You know what sucks though is like I bought a director's cut of that movie.
Yeah.
And it was terrible. Like when the way the director cut, like I even let like a friend Matt borrow it, and he hated the director's cut. And even my wife I watched it like, why is it? It's like way longer. Some of the scenes are out of sequence. There's stuff there that shouldn't be. Like it takes away from the film. So sometimes like the director's cut is the version you want to see. Like in the movie Ted, the director's cut of Ted is so much better than the theatrical version. But Tropic Thunder, no, get the theatrical version.
Regular one. You can get it for like $5.
Yeah, or if you get it at the Walmart $5 bin, it's $3.74.
Yeah,
I don't know why they say $5 on it when everything rings up $3.74.
Yeah, that's weird.
I guess so it can ring up at just under $4.
Yeah, I've gotten lots of good movies from the $3.74 bin.
So have I. That's why I've never seen American Gangster, and we got that, and I finally sat and watched it like, wow, how come I've never seen this? This movie's fantastic.
I'll take a chance on a movie for $4.
I think somebody's car is stalling out. We're like watching this over here right now. This person's car is like completely stalling out.
They totally can't drive a stick shift.
I think their transmission went out.
Yeah.
The person behind him doesn't have to be a dick about it. I mean, obviously their car's messing up. Sorry.
That's like as entertaining as Transformers 5 was.
My favorite part was Anthony Hopkins when he was on screen, even just saying dumb shit. I swear, right before he filmed his scenes, they're like, all right, here's an entire gram of cocaine. Do it right now, real quick, and then go. And he just, because he is like wired.
Yeah, he was one of the best parts of the deal. I said, "Is that Hannibal Lecter? No way."
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I got to give credit to Anthony Hopkins. And there used to be this stigma when older actors would get older, or people who got famous a long time ago and then they got older, they just were so selective about what they did. I like people like Al Pacino and Anthony Hopkins that are like, they're older, they've made their money, and now somebody asks them to do something, like, yeah. I already did the Academy stuff. I've already won my Academy Awards. I'll do your shitty Transformers movie.
How you're gonna pay me probably a lot of money to do this? I'll do it, absolutely.
Like, there's some actors that just appear in everything now, like Morgan Freeman, and if I was them, I'd do the same thing. You made your big money, just have fun making shitty movies.
Yeah, all the way.
Well, we're down to 1 bar of battery. It's worth the $6 just for the fun of the theater, but that's the way I would more recommend this as a rental, or if you catch it on Netflix.
Yeah, probably be better like that.
And really, the only new trailer we got this week is the sequel to what was that movie? Daddy's Home.
Yeah.
I've never seen the first one because it looked dumb to me, but now I have to see it because the trailer for this one actually looked pretty good.
I like the first one. I got it on DVD. You can borrow it.
Okay, we'll do that.
Yeah. It looks good, and I like Will Ferrell. So
I like Will Ferrell, and just the scene where they show at the airport where they meet their dads, and Mel Gibson is, Mel Gibson's a terrible human being, but he's a good actor.
Yeah,
I hate giving him money because then he's an anti-Semite and all that. He's a douchebag, but
he's probably gonna play an absolute douchebag in this movie, so it'll be perfect for him.
And Hacksaw Ridge was a really well-directed film.
It really was. That was a surprise movie.
I didn't think that movie would be any good.
The trailers didn't do that movie justice. Like, it looked so stupid. And we didn't even go see it because it looked so stupid.
But it ended up being pretty good.
It was like the Happy Jack movie from Tropic Thunder.
It seems when the worlds are falling apart, I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to put a little bit of it back together. It's exactly what he sounded like, Andrew Garfield sounded like in the trailer, and I'm like, fuck that movie, I'm not seeing that. And then you see it, and then in context, you're like, okay. And then I still say the last half of that movie rivals Saving Private Ryan for one of the best battle scenes.
Yes, it was. That some of the best war action that I've seen in a very, very long time.
Yeah, so go, you know what? Don't go see this movie. Go buy Hacksaw Ridge and watch that.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, well, we're going to have to go now before the power runs out, so...
and before these cops come over here and beat us down with their billy clubs.
It's okay. I think we'll be okay. We are white, and...
We do have our privilege cards with us.
Yeah, yeah, as long... I can't even say you put your hands up, but, I'm not trying to make light of recent events, but... Anyway, all right, well, next week we're gonna watch Baby Driver, and that actually looks really freaking good, so
we're gonna keep a tally on how many times they say baby in that movie. We'll let you know.
Oh, real quick before the battery dies, just for a kid's sake, they say shit in this because they can't say fuck because it's PG-13. They say shit about as many times as the South Park episode where they said shit for the first time and the shit counter. It was like 180, 185. They say really the word shit about that many times.
Yeah, they said they swore a lot in this movie.
Yeah, ass and surprised. Shit. They said ass and shit constantly because they wanted to be edgy, but they couldn't be too edgy because then they'd be rated R.
He threw in a couple fucks.
Was there?
Yeah, Bumblebee said fuck.
Did he? I didn't catch that.
Yeah, when they put that stupid robot voice thing in his neck.
Oh, that's right.
He said fuck.
You can say fuck, I think, twice in your movie and still get a PG-13.
Yeah, I think
you're right.
Both times were Bumblebee. The most kid-friendly character is the one that said fuck.
Mommy, I want to be like Bumblebee. Fuck, fuckity fuck.
Fuckity fuck.
Well, that's how we end this. So, watch at your own risk.
See ya.